Going into the 2021 NBA season, there's no clear-cut favorite to win the championship. Last year, we thought the teams were balanced, but this year, teams like the Warriors are coming back, and in the East, Kevin Durant and Kyrie Irving are finally back on the court. There's so many questions going into next season, and in this video, we're ranking the top 10 NBA teams going into the 2021 NBA season, and who I think will come out on top. Welcome to Strictly NBA. If this is your first time here, hit that subscribe button to get quality NBA content, and best of all, to join this amazing basketball family. Just before we get into the video, I should address that this is my first ever YouTube video, and this video means so much to me. I'm so excited to bring you guys content. This is just the beginning, and the content will only get better from here. Secondly, I'd like to apologize in advance for not being able to upload as often as some other YouTubers. I am currently going through high school, and as a result, won't be able to focus on YouTube full time, but I assure you that when I do upload, it's going to be a great video. I will be getting a mic, so audio improvements will be made soon, but enough about that, let's hop right into the video. Before I hop into the top 10, let's address some honorable mentions. The honorable mentions are the Utah Jazz, Philadelphia 76ers, and the Houston Rockets. First off, let's talk about the Utah Jazz. There's no doubt that the Utah Jazz gained confidence and experience during the NBA bubble. Donovan Mitchell now knows what he can do in the playoffs, posting averages of more than 36 points, 5 assists, and 5 rebounds, shooting 53% from the field and 52% from 3. That's crazy. His confidence took a huge leap, and it's now going to make him that much more of a threat in the playoffs. I expect the young duo of Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert to take that next step, with Gobert at only 28 and Donovan Mitchell only at 24 years old. The Philadelphia 76ers. They're entering next season with a fully loaded squad. Ben Simmons will be coming back from injury, leaving him 139 days of recovery time. I expect him to be fully healthy and to dominate next season. Hopefully, Joel Embiid will look like his 2019 self and prove that he is the best center in the league once again. With this young team getting swept in the first round of the playoffs, the 76ers are going to be a dangerous team with a huge defensive presence and motivation to prove doubters wrong. The last of the honorable mentions is the Houston Rockets. I know many people are going to put them in their top 10, but I just don't think it's fair to put them there right now. It has been reported that Russell Westbrook wants out of Houston, and there have been so many trade rumors about Harden going to the 76ers and the Brooklyn Nets. There are too many rumors that we have no idea what they'll look like next season. It's just not fair to rank them because in 2 days, they'll be a totally different team. I think they'll be a solid team next season because even if they do trade James Harden and Westbrook, they'll get a lot back in return. It just isn't fair to rank them right now, and we will see what the future holds for the Rockets. Enough with the honorable mentions, let's hop into the top 10. Starting our list off at number 10, we have the Toronto Raptors. Let's face it, the Toronto Raptors will not get any better next season. I honestly want the Raptors to do well, I just don't see it happening. Fred VanVleet said, and I quote, "I'm trying to get paid, man. I don't have to tell people that I value winning. Look at my story. I won a championship, and now it's time to cash out." The Raptors will likely lose Fred VanVleet and could lose Serge Ibaka and Marc Gasol in free agency. The Raptors next season will be led by Pascal Siakam and a 34-year-old Kyle Lowry. I think the Raptors will be a great regular season team just like last year, but will fail to make a deep playoff push. Unless the Raptors acquire a superstar like Kawhi Leonard they had 2 years ago, I just don't see them as true title contenders. At number 9, we have the Dallas Mavericks. Last season, the Dallas Mavericks pushed the favorite LA Clippers to 6 games. Their second best player, an all-star caliber player, Kristaps Porzingis, was injured for the last 3 games of that series. Looking back, the Mavericks could have upset the Clippers if Kristaps was healthy. I wouldn't be surprised if Luka and the Mavericks make it to the second round, and I see them pushing Denver to 6, maybe even 7 games. Luka has put up 31 points, 10 rebounds, and 9 assists in his first NBA playoff appearance at just 21 years old. That's insane. With Luka's proven work ethic, I expect him to make yet another jump leading his team to an even better record next season. At number 8, we have the Boston Celtics. Over the past season, Jason Tatum put himself among the top players in the league. In February, he posted averages of 31 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists, 1.2 steals, and 1.3 block shots per game. He was able to put these crazy averages on crazy efficiency, shooting the ball at almost 50% from the field and 48% from three-point range. Over the past year, he has also proven himself to be a very capable defender, and not just an okay defender, but a really solid wing defender. It is honestly shocking to me that Jason Tatum is only 22 years old and has led his team to 2 conference finals in the last 3 seasons. Jaylen Brown has made that leap into being an all-star caliber player last season and being a solid two-way player. I expect him to make another leap, becoming that all-star he can be. Brown is only 24 years old, so the kid's got time. Kemba Walker is one of the most consistent players in the league, giving you 20 plus points and 5 assists a game. He can score from all 3 levels and will be a key piece for the Celtics next season. Tatum, Kemba, and Brown can give anyone a run for their money on any given night, and I think they will take yet another leap forward in the upcoming NBA season. Coming in at number 7, we have the Miami Heat. This Miami Heat team surprised everyone last year in the playoffs, including myself. The Heat shocked the league after beating the team led by the MVP and the Defensive Player of the Year in a short 5-game series. They then went on and beat an equally matched Celtics team in a 6-game series. They made it all the way to the NBA Finals, which no one saw coming. Even though they lost, they managed to push the heavy favorite Lakers to 6 games. They have veterans like Goran Dragic, Udonis Haslem, and Jimmy Butler to mentor the young talent on this team. Goran will continue to be one of the best 6 men in the league, giving you 15 to 20 points a night. And oh man, don't get me started with Jimmy Butler. Jimmy Butler proved that he was in the locker room cancer and that he wasn't the problem with his old teams. His past teams got better when he was there and dropped off significantly when he left. He is an elite offensive player and one of the league's best wing defenders. He is one of the best leaders the league has to offer and fits perfectly in Miami's culture. This Miami Heat squad is only going to get better next season with talented young pieces like Bam, Hero, and Robinson gaining finals experience, and Jimmy Butler leading the way on and off the court. Coming in at number 6, we have Denver. The Nuggets had an incredible postseason run last year, coming back from 2 3-1 deficits, not to mention they were back-to-back. The Nuggets shocked the league and showed what they were capable of. Jamal Murray has become a bona fide star alongside Nikola Jokic in the NBA bubble. Young players like Michael Porter Jr., Gary Harris, Jeremy Grant, and even Bol Bol all have a chance to prove themselves next season and get more minutes. The Denver Nuggets are one of the deepest teams and one of the youngest, with an average age of 24 years old. This Denver Nuggets team will dominate the NBA next season and for many seasons to come. At number 5, we have the Brooklyn Nets. First off, this is assuming they run it back with KD, Kyrie, and the supporting cast. We know there's going to be some sort of locker room drama as soon as some losing streak happens. KD and Kyrie have both been painted as locker room cancers for years. This is a team no one wants to face in the playoffs, but we know this is going to be a chaotic regular season. KD is coming back from one of the worst injuries in sports. Kyrie was injured for most of last season, and Steve Nash is their first-time head coach, and there's a lot of chemistry that needs to be made. But the Brooklyn Nets are one of the NBA's biggest mysteries heading into next season. At number 4, I have the Milwaukee Bucks. Last season, the Bucks played Giannis about 30 minutes a game while dominating the 1 seed all of last year. The Bucks are even more motivated to keep Giannis because this is the last year on his contract. Giannis just turned 25 and has already won back-to-back MVPs and won a Defensive Player of the Year. As crazy as it sounds, Giannis is just entering his prime, and the Milwaukee Bucks need to start winning now. Chris Middleton is a great player, but is not a reliable second option in the playoffs. This is exactly why they recently acquired Drew Holiday, which I think was a great move. They did give up a lot, but what they did do was improve their chances of keeping Giannis. This adds an elite defender, playmaker, and shooter. Drew has been an all-star and will add great talent to the Bucks lineup. The Bucks will be the best defensive team next season, with Drew, Brook Lopez, and the reigning Defensive Player of the Year leading the way, not to mention pieces like Dante DiVincenzo and Wesley Matthews. I can't wait to see the Bucks next season and if they can get to the final. The LA Clippers take the number 3 spot. The way the postseason ended was disappointing. Yes, they had a very poor Game 7 performance, but let's not forget Kawhi's playoff run just 2 years ago. Let's not forget about when Paul George was top 3 in MVP voting just 2 years ago. This team were once favorites to win the title, now they're looked upon as failures. These players are too talented for that label, and the new coach will be motivated to make people think letting Doc Rivers was the right decision. I expect Paul George and Kawhi Leonard to rely less on load management and play more games than last season to get their chemistry going. This team has a real shot at winning the title next season, and I think they are one playmaker away from winning the title. At 2, I have the Golden State Warriors. If you exclude that one game in March, Steph Curry will have 419 days of rest. Klay Thompson will have even more rest with 558 days. Many people have said the dynasty is over, and this is going to give them the motivation they need. This 2021 Warriors will be the most prepared out of all the teams next season, and I expect this team to come out looking the best. Klay Thompson's dad said, "He's doing great. He's playing, going full speed, fully healthy. I've been watching him work out, and I'll tell you one thing. It's crazy to say, but his shot looks even better." What? This sounds insane, but it makes perfect sense. When he can't go full speed, all Klay will do is go shoot. I expect Draymond to look close to his old self, Klay to be back, better than ever, and Stephen Curry back to his MVP form. The Warriors have valuable pieces too, like Andrew Wiggins, Eric Pascal, and the young prospect they acquired from the draft. I think the Warriors will come out back to dominate the league and maybe even win the championship. The trio of Curry, Klay, and Draymond are back and ready to compete once again. Moving on to who I think will win the 2021 NBA championship, the Los Angeles Lakers. They just came off an NBA championship. Anthony Davis put up 28 points, 10 rebounds, and 3.5 assists in his first NBA Finals appearance. Anthony Davis is only 27 years old and is just starting his prime. He will only get better next season, and he might even win a Defensive Player of the Year. I think he will take this experience and be an even better player next postseason. Now let's talk about last year's Finals MVP, LeBron James. It is honestly crazy to say this, but I think next season LeBron James will play just like he did last year, and he'll be in his 18th season putting up MVP caliber numbers. It has been reported that Dennis Schroeder has been traded to the Lakers. The Lakers had to give up Danny Green and the 28th pick in the draft. I think this was an amazing move by the Lakers, and they really needed that consistent third option. Schroeder can score efficiently from all 3 levels and can play make, which is what the Lakers need. Schroeder is the perfect fit for the Lakers, and he is the reason why I think the Lakers will come out on. Honestly, I wouldn't be surprised if the Warriors, Clippers, or even the Bucks come out on top next season. Superstar players will be back on the court in about a month, and I can't wait for them to bring an even more competitive spirit back to the NBA. I really hope you enjoyed today's video. Feel free to leave a comment about your thoughts and future video ideas. Subscribe for more NBA content. This is Strictly NBA, and thank you for watching.
What can I say? Mamba out.